This is you in the world. A complex and multifaceted world where you can find the best and the worst. In this reality where you live, there are many good things, like going to a concert with friends, getting into a bath with hot water and foam, falling into the arms of somebody you love very much, sharing a sunset and looking for shapes in the clouds, thinking about your life if you had superpowers, or enjoying Maradona's goal from '86. But in this puzzle of a world, there is also pain, suffering, and death, as we can see in the earthquakes and tsunamis, wars, famines, and epidemics. Likewise, there are other evils that are maybe closer to home, like corruption, racism, and violence against women. And there are also sufferings, let's say, that are more personal. Have you ever felt alone or rejected? Have you experienced failure? Do you know what it's like to feel sad and disappointed? We are born crying, and everybody at some point, no matter how you look at it, is going to kick the bucket. We are even going to see our most loved ones suffer. Faced with this reality, all of us have asked ourselves at some time, why does evil exist? From time immemorial, this question has worried human beings, giving rise to various stances. Let's see. Maradona fans are absolutely sure that the people to blame for everything bad Okay, Christians, just like everybody else who have asked this question at some time, admit that the existence of evil in the world has its mysterious part. They are aware of the fact that they can't understand or explain it completely. They know that there is something beyond human knowledge. Christians explain that the greatest barbarities carried out by human beings and the world's natural catastrophes originate in man's freedom and the limited nature of the universe. Is God the cause of an earthquake? Or it happens because tectonic plaques collide? If someone gets blind drunk and runs a child over in the street, who is to blame? God? Or the man using his freedom by getting into his car? And why, if God loves us as much as the Christians say, has He sent us into this world instead of straight to heaven? Because He wants us to be free. He wants us to freely decide what we want to do with our lives, and whether we want to work for a fairer and more humane world or not. God could have created us without freedom, but then we wouldn't have been able to love or choose. We would be robots, not people. And Christians, more than focusing on trying to understand the origin of evil, admit that this is a reality, and so they try to focus, despite their personal miseries and weaknesses, on fighting avoidable evil through advances in science and personal behavior oriented towards good. And you, what are you going to do to make this a better world? We all know that pain and suffering, when they inevitably arrive, can harden and embitter us. But also, when stood up to, can even humanize us and help us to grow. Have you ever had that experience? Christians are convinced that despite the inevitable evil in the world, good, some of which we have already felt and enjoyed in this world, is much greater and stronger and will prevail in the end. It doesn't seem that way, does it? That's right, but appearances are deceptive. The power of God is the power of love without limits, which is already taking now human beings and everything that exists to happiness that after this life will reach its unsurpassable fullness. Of course, we have to accept that there are potholes, stones, and even large sinkholes along the way. And at times it's normal to become discouraged seeing so much injustice and misfortune. But you know what? Christians believe that being on the path of good, although tough, is worthwhile. And in the end, you will infinitely exceed your deepest wishes. Do you dare to think and feel this as if it were for the first time?